Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizzano, and this is another episode of the world famous, the University of Love, the best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. But, ladies and gentlemen, you and I, we just call the show Online Marketing Moves, and we are coming to you live today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about why you do not want lukewarm customers. Ladies and gents, Jesus did not want lukewarm people in his faith. Jesus, he don't recommend lukewarm people, buying into the faith, and so you shouldn't want lukewarm customers. When I say lukewarm, I mean they're hot, not very hot, they're not cold. There's two things you want, ladies and gents, when it comes to an audience, when it comes to customers. You want the hot, very hot. You want the very cold. The very cold, they will go. They will get out of here. They will skedaddle. They will shoot. They will get out of your way very quickly, The hot people, they're buying stuff. They're reading all your stuff. They're reading your emails, listening to your podcast, watching your YouTube channel, They're in with it, The lukewarm people, they just sort of straddle the fence. They might open one email out of 100 if they do that. They might buy a product once, maybe. I doubt it. They'll probably just stay on the fence. I'm thinking about buying your product. What can you tell me more about your product? Ladies and gentlemen, you do not want these kind of customers. Ladies and gentlemen, me personally, I would prefer if you listen to every podcast twice. Okay? Why? Because you want hot. You want people to be hot as Hades, You listen to the podcast once, you say, this guy sucks. And you never hear from you. Good. Great. But I don't want the person, I'll download the podcast today. And 9 months from now, I'll listen to it. Ho hum. That's annoying. You want the people, you want it to be like this. We'll go with the podcast since I'm doing a podcast right now. You want it to be as soon as you upload, as soon as you put your podcast to wherever people listen to podcasts, you want the downloads to pop, automatically be downloading your podcast every single day, Or every time you upload a podcast, you want to be automatically tuned in, You don't want somebody like, what are they talking about today? I gotta see. You don't want that, Why? Because they're going to be like, the topic is, no, I don't want to listen today. And it's like, hey, man, every day you listen to this podcast, you should listen to every single thing I have to say, It's just how it is, You want people to be engaged. You want people to be involved. You want the hot of the hot of the hot. And at the cold, they'll go. You say, hey, goodbye. Get out of here. Skedaddle. But if they're hot, You say, hey, I got a product, sell it to you. And I'm not telling you to sell them crap, but you have the ears, you have their attention, you have the ears, the eyes open. What you want, You don't want the in between. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not want the in between people. You do not want the every blue moon I'll open your email. Once or 3 months I'll open your email. That's annoying. You send the email out every day and they open it up once every 3 months. It's so much they're missing out on. It's like, what's the point of you even being here? Why are you here? We all have been hot to something, cold to something, and lukewarm to something, If you ever been in a relationship and you're just like, I can take it or I can leave it. If you have that thought about your relationship with the person, leave it, because If it's you're very lukewarm, and that's no good, you know. In a relationship, you want to be. Sometimes you go through lows. Don't get me wrong, but for the most part, you want it to be hot. In the beginning, ladies and gents. Anyway, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice. In the beginning of a relationship, you know, whether you know, no matter what sex you date, whatever floats your boat, does not matter. But the relationship in the beginning should be hot. It should be hotter than a firecracker, hotter than the 4th of July. You should be, you know, it should be sizzling. There should be chemistry. There should be, you know, fireworks. If it ain't, get out. If you argue with somebody the first week or so, the first week you know them, get out. That relationship is not going to go well, you know? Because why are you arguing with somebody that you don't even know? It don't make sense. But anyway, because if you get to the point where you're like, I could take this relationship or I could leave it. Just leave it, because it's going to be no good unless you decide to try to make it hot again, you know? If you don't think you can make it hot, then get out. But if you can make it hot, then make it hot. But, you know, I definitely avoid the you know, avoid that stage. You say, hey man, how's your wife? I can take her, I can leave her. You know, nah, you don't do that. You know, try to keep it as hot as possible, and that's what you want with your customers. You want it hot, hot, hot. I mean, you know, of course, some people are gonna be cold. You know, like I remember I was emailing all weekend. One weekend, this lady said, please delete me off your email list. And I said, I am not deleting you. You got to delete yourself, sweetie, okay? She was cold to touch. But that's okay. I didn't care. You know? Cold. That's what you're looking for, you know? You want people jumping in. You want people jumping off your email list, you know? I mean, if they stick around, great, but you want them to buy. You don't want the person that doesn't open emails. They just sitting on your email list, you know? I'm just sitting here. That sucks, okay? You don't want that, because you're paying, when you have an email list, you're paying for that list, you know? Let's say you have, they charge you more for 1,500 people, let's say, and you have 1,501. You got two lukewarm fence stragglers, you know? Nah, get out of here. Get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, come on, you want to spit them out. You know, so hot, very cold, lukewarm. We do not want, you know, get out of here, lukewarm people. And if you're lukewarm to this podcast, I'm gonna make you hot, baby. And if you listen to this podcast, you should be listening to it every day. You should be downloading it every day. It should be automatically popping up in your phone, you know, and you should listen to it. Because I mean, why? Because I mean, first off, this is great information. This is great stuff. This is entertaining material. This is entertaining stuff. And so you should be jumping on board the Online Marketing Moves podcast. That's a plug, ladies and gentlemen, okay? But anyway, ladies and gents, we'll be back tomorrow with an all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. My name is Tony Rizzano. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about the best podcast on God's green earth, and you will be hot as a firecracker too. All right, so we will talk to you tomorrow, but until then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is Tony Rizzano. This is Online Marketing Moves, and like my mama always says, peace.